We're back. If there is no technical difficulties, we are live. But on the home page, if anybody's around you that's not able to pick this up right away, it's because you have to go to the home page and go to mainlandfootball.tv. But we are live.
Pitch out to Rivera. He has room. Takes her on the left side with speed. He may go all the way. Rivera into the end zone. Touchdown, Egg Harbor Township. That was a 48-yard touchdown on a pitch out down the left sideline. That was number 26, Luis Rivera Terrell. EHT takes the lead 6-0 with 2:58 left to go in the first quarter. Dave, Mainland's defense just got gashed.
Very rarely to see that happen or a big play against us. I mean, we've taken some drives when we get tired, but normally don't get torched by anybody, and we're pretty athletic in the defensive backfield too, but he looked pretty fast, didn't he?
He looked very fast when he picked up the ball on the fly on the pitch. That was a 48-yard touchdown. The extra point is down, it's up, and it is good. EHT takes the lead 7-0 with 2:58 left to go in the first quarter. So I'd like to give a shout out to Ducktown Tavern and Point Diner, the Exodoculus family. They've been great sponsors this season for Mainland Football TV. Johnny X at Ducktown Tavern, 2400 Atlantic Avenue, corner of Atlantic and Georgia Avenue in Ducktown, Atlantic City. And Point Diner, Nick Exodoculus down here in Summers Point. Summers Point tradition just over the bridge from Ocean City.
I want everyone to know that Bill Reynolds does not read off of a script, and he remembers everything.
There was no fooling the Egg Harbor Township defense.
He remembered the address and everything about the whole family. He did not read that. It's pretty amazing that he's got this photographic memory, and he looks at the roster for a little bit, stares at it, and remembers all the numbers. It's pretty amazing what you got up in the booth up here.
So 2:58 left to go. Tyquan Campbell and Joe Massari back to receive the kickoff. EHT leading 7-0. Mainland needs to respond here, Dave. You're right, the kicker is limping. Massari takes it on a hop, brings it up the middle. He has room. There he goes. Oh, man, what a great run back.
Oh, my God.
What a great run back by Joe Massari. Takes it all the way back to the 40 of EHT. Mainland will start 1st and 10. Massari is fired up. Look at him. Dave, look at him. He is fired up.
There was an interesting return. They moved everybody into a pile in the middle, let him right around the middle. They wedged that. Yeah. Now, there is some things that say that's illegal to do. You can't elbow to elbow. You can't lock arms.
Like a rugby
but
run.
we'll see if that. We'll see. There might be some controversy there, but great return. Look at that field position to start. And Massari, a very dangerous returner, no matter what.
So Graz back in the pistol again. We got 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, 1 running back to his left. I think that's Jose Salome. Massari in motion, run the jet sweep, double reverse. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, the double reverse to Campbell is dropped. EHT takes over after the fumble. Number 14, Kyle Campbell, dropped the pitch. It was a great design of the play. Unfortunately, the execution was poor, and EHT takes over 1st and 10 on their own 47 with 2:41 left to go.
Listen, they were running the Philly special. That's exactly what they were running. The jet sweeped it over here to pitch it to Campbell, and then it looked like Graz was just going to go out into the flat and catch that ball and be wide open. There was nobody there. But when he saw the ball go down, he didn't run the flat off. Obviously, he stayed in to take the ball, but they ran the Philly special.
So, Dave, one of the things I've noticed about EHT is they run under center more so than anybody we've seen all year. Another inside handoff. That was number 26 again, the young gentleman who had that 48-yard touchdown. That is Luis Rivera Terrell with a short gain, brings up 2nd and 9. A host of Mustangs on the tackle there. 2:23 left to go in the first quarter, and the clock is running. Down to the left of the scoreboard, the American flag is ripping in the wind. Looks like the wind is coming from the EHT sideline to the Mainland sideline. Pascal under center, another handoff to Parker. nothing there. Great play by Des Barlow and Sonny Frazier and Bradley, number 56. Dave, Sean Bradley's only a junior. He hasn't been mentioned as much as Frazier and DeMorat, but I'll tell you what, on the field before the game, he's definitely a vocal leader.
Yeah, he's a big kid, a big athletic kid, and he has a bright future next year too on this team.
So 3rd and 9. This is the spot that EHT scored on that long touchdown on a 3rd and long play or 4th and long play. Inside handoff. Great play by Braden Pullman. Lights out. Braden Pullman with the stop. A loss of about 4 yards. Going to bring out 4th and about 12. Great play by number 55, Braden Pullman.
Here's a bunch of Holy Spirit kids coming to watch this game. This is a big game that even some of the team from Holy Spirit, Atlantic City kids are here. I've seen them from Ocean City. Everybody's coming over here to watch this rivalry. It's a neat thing, and if you played high school football, you know how much all this stuff means to you, and it's bragging rights for the rest of your life.
So Joe Massari back to receive the punt. He's at the Mainland 25-yard line. This punt brought to you by Island Sun Tanning. Our boy Mario Suarez in the white sport coat, where it's sunny 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Punt is off. It's short. Mainland should get away from that. Get away from it. Get away from it. It is down by number 1, Jack Shivo for the EHT Eagles. Mainland takes over after the downed punt on their own 36-yard line. 34.1 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Mainland down 7-0, and they need to respond, Dave.
While we have a minute, Island Sun tomorrow, Black Friday and tomorrow, there is free tanning. Free. Literally free, and Black Friday, there's a huge sale that they have there, but free tanning all day. So if you go over to Island Sun or any Island Sun, it is free tanning. And I was like, are you sure you said that right? Because I don't want to mess this up. And he's like, yes, absolutely free tanning. Mario Suarez accepts all coupons from competitors.
So Graz out in the pistol, throws to Campbell, received about 7-yard gain at the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 4. The clock is running. I think that will be the end of the first quarter, and we'll swap ends here. 2nd and 5.
So we're going to do a number of shout-outs throughout the broadcast, too, for some of the seniors and players and cheerleaders.
Graz takes the snap, throws it, passes, almost picked off. I don't know who that was to, but it clearly was not to a Mustang. Broken up by number 25. That's Chris Decker. Great play by Decker. Should have been intercepted, but so 2.4 seconds left to go. Brings up 3rd and 5. So Graz in the pistol, 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Massari, they missed the blitz. Underneath pass to Taco. He's got some room. Great second effort. I think he may have got it on the second effort. I think that's going to be a first down.
It might be a fumble, though. Oh,
fumble.
Yeah.
EHT, what is going on over there? Yeah. EHT, another turnover for the Mustangs. That's the 2nd turnover for the EHT Eagles. Mainland -2 on the turnover battle.
On cold, wet days like this, there's a lot more turnovers. It's harder to hold on to the ball. Their hands are cold. They're a little stiff. I'm not surprised. I am surprised that a sure-handed player like Taquan Campbell has the fumble on that play, though.
So at the end of the first quarter, EHT leads 7-0 over the Mainland Mustangs. That first quarter brought to you by Shore Orthopedic, another one of our key sponsors for the season. Dr. Gene DeMorat, Drew's dad, is one of the board-certified orthopedic surgeons, as well as Dr. Zabinski, Steven Zabinski, who actually operated on my ankle when I had a talar dome fracture after a motor vehicle accident in 2006. Also like to give a recognition of Ducktown Tavern once again and Point Diner. one of the great sponsors here for Mainland Football TV. Johnny Exodopoulos and his dad Nick and his brother-in-law Ari. They own Tailgater's Grill. Oh, we're back live. Inside handoff. Tackle there by number 11, Bats. That was a gain of about 5 for the Eagles, maybe 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. The Eagles are running the hurry up. They're back under center. Thank you to Mark McElwee for jumping in here and putting the window back in for us as the breeze was strong. Paschal, inside handoff again. Gain of about 5 is going to bring up a first down for the EHT Eagles. That was number 5, Trey McKenzie on the run. D-Monster, Drew DeMorad on the tackle. Brings up 1st and 10 for the EHT Eagles. Dave, I have to say, based on what we've witnessed so far, EHT looks like they have more jump and are more prepared for this game. Mainland -2 in the turnover battle and just do not seem to have the jump that the Eagles have.
I think they got off a big play on a great defense, and they're kind of living off that little, that little
Paschal rolls to his right, ball fake. There he is, DeMorad again. Great play by D-Monster on the sack. A loss of about 7 is going to bring up 2nd and about 17. Great play by D-Monster.
Bill, did you see how he picked him up and threw him on the ground?
Yes.
So Drew DeMorad is a weight room freak, and he's a heck of an athlete. You just saw it right there.
Baby. Right now. So, Dave, that sack sponsored by Frazier Excavation. Sonny Frazier's dad, Casey Frazier, for all your excavation needs. Paschal pitches it outside to Rivera again. Another play by DeMorad and Sonny Frazier and Braden lights out Pullman. And Sean Bradley are fired up. It brings up 3rd and 16. So Mainland's defense looks like they have the juice back, right? You can see the momentum's kind of changed back to the Mustangs. 9:58 to go in the first half. EHT 3rd and 17 from the Mainland 44-yard line.
It gets a little demoralizing when you're just running the ball and going absolutely nowhere.
DeMorad demoralized them. Here we go. Paschal in the pistol, rolls right, throws right, passes complete, brings up a 4th and 9.
I'd say this is still 4-down territory, and
yes,
you're not punting from
that
here.
pass received by number 7, Ben Saracola, was a gain of about 8, brings up 4th and 9. EHT is going to go for it.
If they're taking their bets, they look at it and say, Mainland typically this year, and this has been a 1-week spot for us, is that we've had a weak offense. So they're going to take their bet.
So Paschal in the pistol. He rolls to the near sideline. He is sacked by Sonny Frazier, Gator, and Drew DeMorad. What a play. A 4th down, turnover on downs. Dave, that sack and turnover down sponsored by Walt's Original Primo Pizza, Shore Road, Summers Point.
Well,
awesome defensive play.
Great sack by Sonny Frazier, who was so excited that his actually feet slipped out from under him. Man, I love it when Sonny gets psyched. I get psyched because he's such a quiet kid. But he's just such a great athlete. But when he gets psyched, the whole team goes crazy.
So 8:58 left to go in the first half. Graz in the pistol. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. 1 running back behind them. Larrick in motion. I think they're going to call illegal procedure on Mainland. Yup. False start. Ugh, God, we're just killing ourselves tonight here. 2 turnovers, some untimely penalties.
These are the things.
We're not used to these mental mistakes.
The
right?
controllables are what drives Coach Smith nuts. Early in the season, we had trouble with the snaps. We were having tons of trouble, and we were winning games big. And Chuck didn't even care. He's like, it just drives me nuts that we're doing things that he feels like as a coach he should be fixing. So I know he's going to start pulling his hair out. What's left of it there, Coach? Love you, Coach.
So Mainland breaks the huddle. 1st and 15 on their own 37. Graz in the pistol. 3 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Larrick in motion, inside handoff up the middle. Short gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. the clock did not move until after the play ran there. I think they were asleep on the other side of the booth, Dave.
Stefan Lark is actually one of the team's better runners, but he throughout the season, I think he had a little fumble troubles, and then he got taken over in his knee issues, and his position got really taken on those jet sweeps by Joe Massari.
So 2nd and 11. Graz in the pistol, empty backfield. Here comes EHT. Graz rolls to the far sideline, throws across his body. Pass falls incomplete, brings up 3rd and 11, 8:14 left to go in the second quarter, first half.
That's a hard throw that he just threw right there while moving to the left and throwing accurately like that. He was well covered, but Graz still put they roped it to him right there on the sideline. And, you know, I always say if you get your hands on it, you should catch it, but he had a really good athlete in Parker that was covering him.
Dave, my feet are a little cold. I think I need some restrictive blood flow therapy from Integrity
Physical Therapy. Dr. Bucafferni, one of the greatest practitioners of physical therapy around South Jersey, with some of the best, not bedside manner, but athlete manner, I would call it.
Awesome. Graz in the pistol, 3rd and 11, rolls again to the far sideline. He's going to throw. He takes it down. No gain. It's going to bring up 4th and 10 or 4th and 11 again. Mainland on their own side of the 50 at the 42. In comes the punt team, Jordan Lowry, number 31.
Now, I would not be surprised. If he fakes it and just runs it right now. What do you have to lose?
Well, especially because they've had a very difficult time completing the transaction. The snap's been straight up in the air, and the rush is coming, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
They've struggled. The last punt was net 0.
But Lowry's about a 6-foot, 180-pound punter who could run the ball. He can run.
That was the best snap all night, and it didn't count.
It was a floater, though. You want to get you want that thing down and snap fast.
Another false start by Mainland. Dave, 2 turnovers, 2 untimely penalties. Mainland just kicking themselves in the shins, right?
Yeah.
4th and forever here. 4th and 18. They back up to their own 42. Let's see if we can get the snap back. Here we go. Snap, rugby kick. He gets it. Oh, it's blocked. Out of bounds. Man, Mainland is just struggling with like you said, the controllables.
Yeah, so this is a coached thing. They coach this. So their special teams knows that Lowry likes to step to the right and then kick a rugby kick low.
And
so they
put a guy
out
there
to the right and just stand in front of him just to cover that. So that was well coached by Coach Stetzer over there at Egg Harbor Township and their special teams unit, because he is very, very good at that. And that's why I said he may even run, because he can wait so long. He could actually run that first down. But we are struggling a little bit today with some of the mistakes that we're making. So we got to clean this up coming into the third quarter or second quarter.
EHT takes over after the blocked punt. 7:13 left to go in the second quarter. EHT on the Mainland 33-yard line. Inside handoff again to number 26, tackled by a host of Mainland Mustangs. Drew DeMorat and Devin Anderson come off the bottom of the pile with Sean Bradley. I believe that was number 26 again, Luis Rivera Terrell. He's the young gentleman that had the 48-yard touchdown from the just over the midfield stripe that broke the game open 7-0.
It's hard to believe with all the mistakes that we're making. It's
only
still
7-0.
7-0.
Yep.
We're lucky right now
that
it's only 7-0.
The wind is ripping. The American flag is ripping to the left next to the scoreboard. Paschal under center. Another inside hand up to Parker. Parker takes it up the middle for a short gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. Dave, this 3rd down brought to you by Integrity Physical Therapy. I need that restrictive blood flow therapy. Easy for me to say. My feet are getting cold. I only have 1 pair of socks on, and my socks are too loose. Here we go. Paschal again under center. Oh, he almost had him. That was Dean Hall under pressure. Dean Hall, Baywatch, comes flying in and puts the quarterback on his back.
And Dean gave him a little bit of a shot, but I think he played a little quarterback played a little Robert De Niro and threw himself on the ground. And the acting was not believed by the referees, though.
Brings
up 4th
and 5. Dave, this 4th down brought to you by Seaboard Construction and Restoration. They're a latecomer sponsoring the Mainland Football TV broadcast, but much greatly appreciated.
And they really saved us on that playoff game,
yes.
too, because we had no sponsors besides.
Little sweet Caroline. Oh. Pascal, there he is. Oh, Hall had him. He's going to take it to the outside. Pascal picks up the first down, and Moore spins. That was like an Xbox move. Takes it down to the Mainland 10. Dean Hall had him. Yep, he hit the B button.
He
hit the B
L1
button.
and B. L1, B. Matt Ulmer, over our producer over here, has got. He told I said L1. He said no, it's B.
5:52 left to go in the first half. EHT driving deep in Mainland territory. They're at the Mainland 13-yard line. They can get another first down inside the 3. 5:39, the clock is running. Mainland needs a stop here, Dave. Pascal under center, inside handoff again to Rivera. Stopped by a host of Mustangs. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. We need a couple more of those plays. Touching hands. Drew DeMorat again getting up off the bottom of the pile. Dave, it seems like Drew is in on every single defensive play for the Mainland Mustangs.
Yeah, Drew DeMorat, you know what? And I think there's accolades that he doesn't really care much about. You can say congratulations to him. He won't even care. He's made a first-team all-conference.
Barely
as a
get
junior.
him to say hello.
But but you know what? I know that kind of helped him build some confidence, and he's looking like every bit of.
Pascal pitches it to number 5. That's Trey McKenzie. Short gain inside the 10. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. 3rd and 7 for the EHT Eagles. 4:40 left to go in the first quarter. The clock is running. Ball is marked at the 10-yard line. Mainland needs a stop here, Dave.
Yeah, we have got the personnel to do so. We just had to have, some mistakes. That kid made a great. That last play quarterback made a great play. That's all I can say.
Pascal under center. He fakes it. He rolls to his right on the short side of the field. Hector Guerrero on the outside, pushed out of bounds by Devin Anderson. A short gain, flag on the play.
Yeah, that would be a holding call on the running back there.
Holding on EHT. Mainland's going to push him back.
But Egg Harbor Township's doing a neat thing with that sweeping running back where he's blocking the backside defensive back.
Yeah, they're kicking him out.
The defensive end, instead of running him out to the edge, he's just picking him off and allowing the quarterback to break out to the right. Because we have great coverage from our backside defensive ends.
It. So Dave, Mainland declined the penalty, brings up 4th and 7. Give a shout out to my brother Turk and Michelle Terigian, who joined us in the booth here. They were entertained by our commentary all season long. They had to come see it in person. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. 4th and about 8 for EHT. They send out the field goal unit. Dave, is this the kicker that limped on during the kickoff?
I don't think so, Bill.
It's number 17. That's Johnny Muller. Botch snap. Mainland gets it on the turnover.
And who else but Sonny Frazier?
Sonny Frazier.
He's, of course, Sonny. This kid's everywhere. It reminds me of a young Brad Eisler, what we call All-State Brad Eisler from our 95, 96 team. That kid was just everywhere. Picked up every fumble. He's always by the ball. It is a bunch of hard work that kid did in his offseason. I can tell you, I could be in tears of how proud I am of Sonny Frazier and what he does to this football team. Another kid asked me, Luke Alper's dad asked me, what should Luke do in the offseason? I say, whatever Sonny Frazier does, do that. Do that. And that's what you do. Sonny, my hat's off to you. What a great career you've had.
So big turnover on downs on the botched field goal there by EHT. Mainland takes over deep in their own territory. They need the momentum swing here, Dave, to try to tie up the game. They're down 7-0, 3:44 left to go. Timeout on the field, EHT. This timeout brought to you by Island Sun Tanning, where it is sunny 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they're running the special on Good Friday and free tanning. You heard it. That's right. Mario Suarez in his white sport coat says come in and get tan and get rid of your tan lines. Island Sun Tanning.
Mario Suarez's daughter, who's at the game today, he told me that. I'm like, you're not serious. Free tanning all day. I mean, I'm gonna probably be there first thing in the morning, get my tan on. Yeah, getting our tan on tomorrow at Island Sun and Friday. And he's got a great, and he accepts all competitors' coupons. So there's no point in using anyone else but Island Sun.
So here we go, just to reset for everybody at home. 3:44 left to go. Mainland takes over. They have Graz in the pistol. They have Demorat flanked to his right. They have another running back behind them. Demorat straight up the middle. Looks like they're going to run the ball. That was Jose Salome straight up the middle for no gain. That's the first time Salome touched the ball today.
Yeah, man, he stepped up big when Campbell was out. And he had some great games, especially against Oakcrest. He really stepped up and kind of made a name for himself during that game, and has done very well. He's been nursing some ankle stuff this season, so he hasn't had as late. He hasn't come on as late, but when he's called on, he always produces.
2nd and 10 for the Mustangs, deep in their own territory. They're at their own 15-yard line. Clock is running with 3:07 left in the half. Inside handoff again. Straight up the middle. That Salome again? I believe so, right? He was running tough. Yep. Pick up by Salome. That's a gain of about 5. He's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You always know it's Salome because he's got those short, jerky head movements, and he's moving, using people's shoulders to laterally move, using angles, but he runs really hard. He runs a little bit like Adrian Peterson with that jerky side-to-side head movement.
So Mainland needs to convert here. 2:35 left to go in the second quarter. Mainland needs to get the momentum. A first down would do them justice on getting the momentum back on their side. They're down 7-0 in this Thanksgiving Eve battle at the Mustang Corral in downtown Linwood. Graziato in the pistol takes the snap. Inside handoff to Demorat. Short gain. It's going to bring up 4th and about 4. They got to send the punt team out, right? Yeah, I would say EHT should call a timeout. Did they call it? Yes, they did. Coach Stetzer must have heard Turk Reynolds in the booth saying, call timeout. Timeout Eagles, 2:08. 2:08 left to go.
Great to meet another Reynolds up here. We've had the Reynolds boys in here earlier this season. They came in and, you know,
the Bash
reminds
brothers.
me a lot. It reminds me a lot of Robert. It
Yes.
looks a lot like Robert. Yeah.
You know what? That's an excellent call, Dave, except for that, how do you see around Reels' head the whole game?
Brotherly love.
Robert actually does look like my baby picture.
Brotherly love up here. I got two.
I seen him paint at the Eagles game. These things are off, right?
They can't hear you.
2:08 left to go. Mainland in putt position. Let's see if we can complete the simple transaction, Dave, of a snap back to the punter and the punter getting it off. We're 0 for 2 in the last 2 attempts.
Okay, so look how widespread they are now.
Yep.
They're not going to allow that rugby
Yep.
punt.
There he goes.
Yep.
Another tough kick, but they get the Mainland bounce down to the 45-yard line of EHT.
And if you're wondering why the ball isn't floating as much for Lowry today, it is freezing out there. That ball
wind.
is
Look at
like,
the wind.
it's like kicking a rock. And it's got crossing wind, so it's kind of hard. He's keeping it low so that it gets a little more distance on it.
The American flag to the left of the scoreboard is absolutely ripping. The wind is ripping across.
And the ball is frozen solid. It's like kicking a watermelon.
So EHT comes out. They're still running the pro set. Oh, they got one receiver. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right, 1 running back. They're running the pistol with 1 back to his left. It's Pascal in the gun. Calls for the ball. Inside handoff. He has room. He's gashing. Another huge play there. That was number 28, Devin Parker, on the run. Dave, EHT is running at will on the Mainland Mustangs. It seems like they're popping the big one. Couple stops, popping the big one. First down, EHT. 1:50 left to go. Clock stops on the first down. The chains are moving. The clock starts back up. They're on the Mainland 34-yard line. Pascal on the pistol. Takes the inside snap again. Gives it right back to Parker. It's the same play again. Gain of about 9 down to the Mustang 35-yard line. 1:35 left to go.
Flag in the backfield most likely is going to be a holding penalty.
There it is. Good call, Dave. Holding on the EHT Eagles. Bring it back. It's going to bring up 2nd and 20.
At about the minute mark, I'm going to head down to the field and try to get Coach at halftime, which against Deptford I got the diss. I got dissed, and I I couldn't talk to him. But I'm going to get a couple words from Coach. Good, bad, or in between. He'll give us some of his time. And he's getting flagged here with the music on the sideline again.
So this first and 17 for the Eagles after the penalty. They're at the Mainland 41. 1:20 left to go. Clock is running. Pascal throws it out. Oh, pass completed, number 21. He has room. He could take it. Oh, he fell down. Oh, he stayed on his feet. He is up. Great play by Sonny Frazier there. Sonny Frazier saved the touchdown. 1:08 left to go. A huge play by the Egg Harbor Township Eagles. It was number 21, Stephen Canella, takes it down deep into the Mainland red zone.
It looked like a block in the back.
That was an awkward play too. So here we go.
Hector Guerrero got blocked in the back. I thought they were going to call that back.
First and goal at the 7-yard line. So they're deep in Mustang territory. 55 seconds. Pitch out to Rivera. Rivera cuts it up. He is stopped by a host of Mustangs. Brings up 2nd and goal from about the 5. Clock is stopped with 45.3 seconds left to go. Timeout, Eagles.
Well, I'm going to head down on the field and try to catch Coach here.
We'll see at halftime.
I do think if we get out of this half, well, with it only being 10-0 and they get the field goal here, we'll be very lucky. We got to get it together in the second half. See you guys in a minute.
So this timeout sponsored by Seaboard Building and Restoration, Inc. Todd Arsenault recommended Seaboard Restoration and Construction. Timeout brought to you by Seaboard Restoration and Construction. An item of concern for the viewers at home. Look at number 43, Drew DeMorat. He is limping back to the huddle. He is one of the leaders of the Mainland defense, playing both ways. It looks like he is injured, but he's staying on the field. He's limping like the EHT kicker limped out to the opening kickoff. So Mainland down 7-0, 2nd and goal from the 5. 45.3 seconds left, and Mainland needs a turnover or a stop. Pascal inside handoff, runs it inside, handoff inside, stop by Bradley, Hector Guerrero, Braden lights out Pullman. The clock is running, 32 seconds, 31 seconds. So EHT has no timeouts left, 24 seconds, and the clock is running. And it's 3rd and goal. I'm surprised they're not clocking it here to kick the field goal. 17 seconds. Clock is running. Pascal looks right, runs to his left. Clock is running. Sack, and that's going to be the half. That is going to be the half. Mismanagement of the clock by the Egg Harbor Township Eagles allows Mainland to remain down 7-0. That is a huge play. And we're going to go live to Dave Klemick on the sideline.
I'm down here at about the 45-yard line, and I know this is going to be a very angry and upset Chuck Smith if I can get him at halftime, because I was just talking to Athletic Director Mike Gadley, and he wouldn't even put the microphone near him. It looked like a little bit like we were unprepared for the type of team that they were or they are, and that's not something that we typically do, but I know the coaches are throwing their hats around and stuff like that. It doesn't look like they're very happy right now. So I'm going to walk over here a little bit and try to get the attention of Coach Smith. So hang on for me.
Field is the Mainland Regional High School Marching Band. Present their 2018.
So I'm here with Mike Gatley right here at the 30-yard line at the Thanksgiving Day game, and besides the actual game, let's just talk about the atmosphere for a second. We'll kind of turn off what's going on in the field, and I'll talk to you about something else more happy.
Dave, thank you. Let's start off with something. I'm just really excited. The Corral Crazies, the amount of people that have come out. Obviously, this is by far one of the coldest nights that we've had, whether it's pre-Thanksgiving or not. And people are out in droves on both sides. That's really, really nice to see.
Now, I know that we have a lot of we had a lot of RSVPs. We at Mainland Football TV had a lot of RSVPs for people that were showing up, and the place is just completely packed. I don't know. How would you figure out the attendance on a game like today?
Well, usually Mr. Moraccio gives us somewhere between 15 and 16,000. But when I go in and, obviously do the ticket sales, I'll get a better idea. But that doesn't even really help because any of the kids or anybody that comes, as a young kid or our Corral Crazy, as long as they're wearing Mainland stuff, we don't charge them. Because I want the kids here. So we'll still really not know exactly, but I got to tell you, and you know, Dave, this year our attendance has been outstanding.
I would say, just looking at knowing in football games, I'd say there's 4,000 or 5,000 people probably here today.
People lined up at the fence. Obviously now they're getting something to eat, but, it's a big night. The kids are home from college. We had a lot of visits in school today, some kids that had graduated, which was really, really nice. To me, like I said, this is what it's all about.
Well, let's go to the game just a little bit. I know you said get that microphone out of my face a little bit, but Mike's got a great sense of humor, and we got a great relationship, so you can talk to me like that. But I know we did look a little unprepared, and I know they've had weeks of preparation for this. So what do you think the cause of that is?
I can't disagree. I think sometimes having that time off isn't always a good thing. And please take nothing from EHT. They're playing well. I just know we can play a lot better. And we have to protect the ball. It's all about moving the football. You know that. And, we just haven't done a good job on that. Our defense is as solid as anybody in the league, and we've shown that today and game in and game out. But, certainly from a preparation standpoint, it would look like we've started pretty slow for us.
We at Mainland Football TV, we have selected 10 different MVPs this year. Not one MVP was the same as the week prior. And there's never been the same MVP. This is a true team. Talk a little bit about how proud you are of these boys for doing that and be like the next man up mentality at this school.
Yeah, and I think that's the key to football, because it's not only with injuries, but if everybody's doing their job, there's going to be a night where somebody is going to do better than the next guy. And quite honestly, Chuck's done a tremendous job. Obviously the record says it alone, but I just think having the kids buy in, I think that was part of the problem, amongst other things, that the first couple of years is getting the kids to understand what it's going to take to compete. It's not about wins. I always say you can't talk about wins until you're competing every day. And we have kids that are competing now, and now the wins start to come.
Yeah. And I'd like to just say, we've said it on air a bunch, and you could tell with the amount of crowd that's been showing up and attendance this year, and we have the highest internet attendance in the state on the games, which is unbelievable. One game we had 6,000 views already. Now, there's a couple factors in that, but still, by far, that's an Oakcrest game or an Ocean City game, huge attendance and huge internet viewers. However, would you say that Mainland football is now officially back?
Well, I didn't base one season on the fact that they weren't back, 1 or 2 seasons, and I'm not going to base a season, this one, that we are back. I would say this. I think you're seeing a difference, and I think the people are seeing a difference, and that's why they're coming to the games. That's what I would say for right now. We're not there yet. Chuck will be the first one to tell you that. But I can tell you this. We're in a much better place now than we were a couple years ago.
Well, that was a great politically correct answer, and Mike, you know how to do it. I love you. We love you. We love having this segment on our weekend review show. We plan on doing it year after year as long as you'll allow us to do it. And we love being here, and we love you, Mike.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, and happy holidays to Mike and his family. He's been fantastic, and we love having him around here. What a great athletic director, and kind of like the father of the family here at Mainland. So. For halftime, this is Dave Klemick, and I'll be back in the booth in a minute. So long.
only scoring in the first half. But, Dave, as we were discussing off air, Mainland was very lucky to escape the first half down only 7-0.
Good point. And we had I got down to talk for a minute with, Mike Gatley. And, man, we were you were lit, man. Some of these guys were pretty upset because of, the execution of our play, just fundamental play. But, while we have Dave O'Sullivan up in the booth right now from Glory Days Magazine going fully, got some cool stuff going on over here at Glory Days, right? We're going fully digital as of what date?
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon? Well, Dave, welcome on the halftime show.
Thanks,
here.
man.
We were
I'm all geared up. I got the wool socks on, the waterproof boots. I'm ready to rock.
I was not prepared, and I'm in the booth. We closed the windows up, and we changed over to the headphones that go cover your ears up because we are cold, man.
Come on, man. I thought you were tough. You played in Kansas City.
Yeah, it was warmer for the most part. We were just talking about that, how late in the season it gets much colder because you play in the NFL. You play a marathon, so then it's really cold. But, this is kind of
It's actually not bad today. Tomorrow's supposed to be about 15 degrees. So
yeah, we're glad we got this one out.
I got to get about 3 more layers on for tomorrow morning.
Well, what do you think about this game? You just saw. What do you think about the game as of this point?
I mean, Mainland
Unbiased
just looks a little.
To Mainland. Unbiased to Mainland.
Mainland just looks a little sluggish. And obviously, Harbor Township had close to 3 weeks to prepare for this game. So that you could tell they're ready for pretty much everything Mainland's running. And great job by the EHT front seven. They're really controlling that run game.
I thought they did a really good job. When Jordan Lowry's been able to really torch people with that rugby-style punt, stepping outside and forward and delaying, letting the gunners get downfield. And I know they blocked that. They game planned that really well. If you saw that, they spread the guys out to block that instead of trying to run into the center. And they blocked that. It made a big difference, too. I think that's what they gained. They gained a lot of field position off that. Didn't score, luckily, but that was a big deal.
This game's really showcasing what these teams are all about. Good defense up front, stopping the run. I mean, you look at Mainland's defense, they have 3 or 4 sacks already. They're really clogging that middle, forcing Harbor Township to try to get around the edge, which, Mainland's linebackers are fast enough to really compensate for anything on the outside edges. So they're doing a great job. One got away from there. That's pretty much the difference so far.
All right. So let me talk a little bit about what's going on at Glory Days Magazine and some of the big news that you have coming up.
We're cranking, man, always.
All right. And you're going straight digital in
yeah, I mean, we're working on this plan to go all digital. It might happen sooner than what we had planned, but we're pretty much ready to rock and roll with that. It's basically going to allow us to do more on a weekly basis, and eventually it's going to allow us to expand our coverage a little bit more into areas like Hamilton and Cape May. I know a lot of people in those areas have been, when they see me at a game, hey, Sully, when's Glory Days coming to Hamilton? Or I've had Southern Ocean County people, that I know up there, when are you bringing this thing to Southern Ocean County? They're dying for coverage up there. So you can see the demand for it, obviously. So we're working hard to try to expand what we're doing now and really take advantage of. I mean, you've been around the high school games for a long time now, and you see the passion these fans have for it.
Yeah.
Any little thing you do, post on Twitter, Facebook. I mean, people just they want more and more and more. Give me more.
Well, the world,
more photos, more video.
The world has gone to your phone. I mean, you don't as much as people want, to see themselves in the paper. It's almost like you're going. I think you're stepping into the future, and what it is more the the instant, Instagram, the pictures and the videos and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, one thing I've learned in being in the newspaper business for 15 years was that business seemed to have a lot of problem adapting to the future as it came to them. You know what I mean? Like getting the jump on the digital and the video and all that stuff. You're starting to see that now with all the things that, like Mark Tribble, the Courier Post, they do that Facebook Live pregame weekly preview show. That's getting thousands of viewers. So people want everything now. They want it to be tangible in the moment, and so that's kind of what we're trying to get a little bit ahead of the curve if we can, and really expand our coverage, expand what we're doing. We're doing a lot more video. We did a lot of post-game videos this fall with soccer and field hockey, and people loved that. I mean, we had 18,000 video views in October on our Facebook videos.
Yeah, I mean,
so it really shows you where the future of high school sports coverage is going.
Right. You're kind of going from Blockbuster to Netflix.
You're right.
I think that's and it's a smart move, and it's the right move.
If you can't adapt in this day and age, whatever business you're in, you're not going to be successful. So we've been looking at the trends the last 2-3 years and saying, okay, this is where we want to be. We had a 5-year plan, and we kind of hit most of our goals for that. Now it's on to the second 5-year plan, and what are we going to do to improve what we're doing now and really take this thing to the next level.
And so, Dave, you have a great show on ESPN Radio at 8 o'clock in the morning on
do I sound half asleep sometimes in the 8 o'clock
you
hour?
You sound great, man. Yeah, I see you got your coffee in there, and I was on the show with you. I was on the show with you a couple times, and I have a blast.
Some mornings are harder. It depends on the Friday Night Football, how late that game goes. So.
One of my great athletes, a great punt returner, Barry Chenman down here. He's a lawyer now. He's a fantastic little kid.
And that's the great thing about these Thanksgiving games. You get to see all these guys come back in town and folks you haven't seen for a couple years. This tradition reminds me a little bit when I was in high school, Lacey versus Central, Thanksgiving. I mean, it was huge. It was everything you wanted to be in high school sports.
We're so close in proximity. The kids are right next to each other.
Same thing.
You know?
I mean, Lacey was basically born out of Central Regional High School, so we had that rivalry right from the start.
Right. Well, talk about a little bit about what we're going to do a little show together. I think we're going to call it Athletes in Action. Glory Days Magazine kind of teamed up with Athletes Harbor, and we're going to do a show. I think it's got a lot of potential too, and I'm all about it. What we're going to do is bring in, and you can kind of correct me a little bit but I think I got it down pretty good. We have Dave O'Sullivan from Glory Days, David Klemick here from Mainland Football TV, pre-ESPN, and our and Athletes Harbor is my gym. We're going to run a show that we interview athletes from around South Jersey, and then bring them on interview them, and then we'll have after that what we'll do is have them throw us some of their skills that they
exactly
like a Kylie Watson, she'll go up and show us how to post up and do her spin dip move on a post up.
I mean, the cool thing is I get to be around these kids so much and covering all their sports, basically covering their entire careers. And some of these kids are they're funny, they're engaging, and you don't really get to see that when in 3 quotes after a game or something like that. So kind of the reason I wanted to get this going was to show the fans out there a little bit of personality of these kids. A lot of them are great student athletes, great leaders in their communities and schools, and really kind of showcase some of the athletes that have been really getting it done on the field in the classroom. And like you said, show some of their skill sets and some of the things that maybe I don't know about football. Like you're much more well-versed. I didn't play organized football. So like if I can get a chance to talk to a guy like Joe Bonchek and say, hey, pre-snap, what are you reading? When you see the formation, how do you react? Things like that, little insider things that maybe I wouldn't know about as a guy who didn't play the sport. Yeah, I mean, and there's plenty of them. We're another age where I think this area has gotten a little bit of a more like a hotbed for great athletes. We have Destin Lasco at Mainland right now. He's one of the greatest swimmers in the world. He's right at this school right here. I get to coach him in the morning. Kylie Watson, one of the best basketball players. Joe Bonchek, who probably would have got offers from all over the place, wants to stay local and go to Princeton. But he's one of the first people we're going to have on the show as a guest, and super excited to have him. And we're going to have some fun with it. I mean, the high school sports is fun. These kids are fun. They have great personalities, like I said, and getting them in a situation where they're comfortable and they know you, they know me. So hopefully we can bring out a little bit of their personality, ask us some kind of fun off-the-wall questions, that kind of thing, and just spend some good time with them and get to know them a little bit and really showcase their careers and what they've been doing for their schools. Well, we're excited. Always great to have you on. And Sully, always, man. You're the man. And I mean, when Dave O'Sullivan's around, I mean, there's every kid high five and they love him. Holy Spirit guys were down there. Yeah, I saw Atlantic City and Holy Spirit guys down here. Yep. But before you go, how about a little bit of talk about this rivalry right here? It's a neat thing just to see that the two teams so close to each other. I mean, our towns butt up to each other. And to play each other, what kind of chatter have you heard around the league and stuff like that, and maybe from some of the other games coming up tomorrow? Yeah, I mean these rivalries are great. I mean, you talk about Atlantic City, Pleasantville, or Atlantic City and Holy Spirit. Throw out the records. Obviously, Atlantic City's struggling this year, but those guys are going to be fired up tomorrow. Ocean City, Pleasantville. I mean, all these kids in these little towns in South Jersey, they all know each other. They all play on travel teams together in different sports, and to get a shot in front of all your town's fans, to go out there and show what you got, it's a great thing. And for a lot of these guys, they're going to be last time they ever suit up for a high school football game. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately. But before the game, I saw Sean Carey walk out to the field a little early with tears in his eyes. And I started getting teared up, too. But, I mean, the kids, what a stud. Because as well as I do, man, it goes by in a blink. Right. Has it really been almost 30 years since I've been out of high school? Doesn't feel like that.
you know, and it doesn't.
And to cherish these moments when you have them it's hard in the moment to realize how much you're going to miss it. But then talk to any guy who's 20 years old, 21, 22. Would you go back and play high school football? Give me the uniform right now.
I know. When it wasn't a business. Now, at the NFL level, it was we were getting paycheck. We punch into work at that level. In college, it's almost like a business as well. High school is the last time you don't get paid. There's no scholarship. You're not worried about losing your scholarship. You just want to win for your town. You know what I mean? It's a little different. You win for your school. You get some pride in there. You build it. You didn't grow up elbow to elbow. You know what I mean? Dating the kids' sisters. You know what I mean? Like kind of like playing wiffle ball with each other as kids. This is different. It's a lot of pride in these type of games.
Well, it's like when that Kenny Chesney video, Boys of Fall, getting to wear that game day jersey down the hall. I mean, that's big. And even when I remember from high school, seeing those guys on Friday afternoons wearing their jerseys, I was like, man,
something you just.
I wish I was a good enough athlete to be one of those guys.
Shut up. Yeah, right. Well, slowly, great having you, and we'll see you real soon. You guys can tune into that show. We're going to have that it's going to be weekly, and that'll be on the Glory Days website.
Yeah, we got some work to do to get that launched, so let's get together and get it going.
We're really looking forward to it. So we'll
tune in Saturday morning. We'll talk all about these Thanksgiving games and also the championship games coming up.
That's Sully's show on ESPN Radio, 97.3 ESPN
As always,
Radio.
check out GloryDaysOnline.com.
Yes, sir.
Got to get a plug in there.
All right, Sully, back. We're going to get you. We're going to conclude our halftime show here. We're about to get rolling.
Get Bill Reynolds back on the mic.
We get Bill Reynolds back on the mic right here. The mouth of Mainland.
Fellas, enjoy the second half.
The mouth of Mainland, we call him. His brother was up here in the booth giving him a hard time. It was hilarious. Here at midfield with Coach Kern. Coach, big game today. Obviously, it's a huge rivalry, and I know you're kind of like an offensive-minded genius a little bit. And I know Chuck likes to take control of some of the stuff, but really he said he kind of gives all his credit to you for his offense and stuff like that. Anything we can expect today from our offense?
We're going to try to kind of see what they're in early. They showed a little bit of 4-3, a little bit of 3-4. They played us in a bear front last year, so with the 3 weeks off for their team, week and a half, 2 weeks off for us, kind of the first couple series, you're just going to see everybody kind of feel each other out and see where we're at and kind of see what they're going to be doing. Are they going to be what they've been all year, or they have something exotic? So early on, you're just going to kind of see what we are and what we've been good at. I'm sure you'll see a lot of taekwondo, a lot of us getting to the perimeter, and then as the game goes on, if we get their man scheme that we've seen all year, then we'll be throwing the ball a ton.
How's practice this week?
We've had a great week, and it's been easy to keep the kids up because of the championship on the line. So a lot of times I know there's been a lot of chatter about the Thanksgiving games and do they matter, do they not. I know this one's special to these two teams, and when you have a chance to win something like this tonight, it's easy to get the kids up to play.
Coach, it's been a great season. It's been great having you. I've been waiting every week. I try to get you to come down and get you for a minute. Now, you look so dialed in. I just kind of let it go. I know better. But Dougie, he comes right over. He always looks like he wants to talk. But
that's because it takes him too long to get out of the booth. That's why you get him.
That's a good point.
Picks it up. He rolls to his right.
Here at midfield with Coach
takes it out to the to the EHT 22-yard line. EHT takes over 1st and 10 on their own 22. That kickoff sponsored by Walt's Original Primo Pizza, Shore Road, Summers Point. Walt, a true humanitarian, sponsors every youth sports activity in Summers Point, Linwood, EHT. He has outlets in the Bally's Casino, Harris Casino, Ocean City Boardwalk, the original store in Summers Point for Walt, as well as the one at English Creek. First down, EHT, number 2, Sal Paschal. Inside handoff, tackled there by a host of Mustangs. Was that Braden Lights Out Pullman on the bottom? That was Sean Bradley. Number 56 slammed the running back to the ground. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the EHT Eagles.
Like you said, I think it looks like right now, if you look at the posture of the players out there, look a little tired and a little bit like they got ripped in the locker room.
Yep.
Doesn't it look like that
Yes.
a little bit?
Yes. So EHT comes out. They're running 2 backs in the backfield. It's 26 and 28. Inside handoff again. Demorat with the tackle. B-Bats and Sonny Frazier on the tackle as well. That brings up 3rd and 2. That's 2 4-yard gains back-to-back for the EHT Eagles. There was another inside handoff. EHT looking to gut the Mainland defense here up the middle.
It looks like we're running like a really flat, short level, like run defense right now.
They're running a 3-3 stack. They're moving Frazier on the strong side. So they got Frazier, Bradley, and Demorat. Fakes the handoff. Paschal rolls to his right. He has room. Nice block on the outside. There's a flag. They're going to bring it back. Flag on the EHT Eagles. I think it's going to be a holding call. That's like the third big holding call on EHT.
Yeah, that's about the best thing we've had going for us is they've gotten some penalties too. Just for the viewers at home, if you're rookies watching the game, if you're trying to learn how to watch the game, and my mom always tells me, David, try to cool it back. You know, don't talk over anybody's head. We'll explain it. If the flag is in the backfield, normally 99% chance it's going to be a holding call. If the flag is on the other side of the ball, you know, could be a pass interference mostly. But if it's in the backfield, you see that flag on the ground, you know it's mostly a holding call.
After the penalty, 3rd and 11 for the HT Eagles, deep in their own end. They're at the 21-yard line. Paschal rolls to his left, throws it up, pass is complete for a first down out to the 50, tackled by Anderson. That was a jump ball. The HT receiver, that's Jack Shivo, number 1, takes it over the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line of the Mustangs. EHT is just they're popping the big plays. Had a couple big runs, a big pass there.
They're doing a good job mixing it up, man. And I know they, like Mike said, they had 3 weeks to game plan where we had the 2. It's still a lot of time, but they could kind of look and kind of feel out our weaknesses.
So another inside handoff. That was, I believe, number 28, Devin Parker again.
It just looks like doesn't it just look like they're a little slippery?
Yes.
We are not wrapping up on these tackles like we normally do.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Dave, when you went down to interview Mike Gatley at halftime, one of the things I noticed just before the end of the half, Drew, number 43, Drew Demorat, D-Monster, was walking back to the huddle with a limp. It looked like he might have tweaked the ankle.
Yeah, I did. I spoke to Dr. Demorat at halftime. It was a little bit of a thigh contusion.
But,
okay. Of course, Drew said, I'm fine, let me go. So
2nd and 8, number 21 in motion. Paschal under center. Drops back between the running backs. Screen pass to Parker, number 28. Great play by Sonny Frazier. He escapes it. That might have been a face mask, too. Did they throw the flag or no? Did they throw the flag?
You know what? This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I really haven't seen us people. That was Sonny Frazier, who is the most sure tackler we have, and he's got a great slippery runner like Parker, but this is not sound football like we're used to playing, and we are lucky right now that it's only 7-0.
So personal foul on Mainland. That's a 15-yard face mask. That's going to give the HT Eagles a first down somewhere around the 30. I'm going to say it's going to go all the way to the maybe 27-yard line or 28-yard line as they march down the center of the Mustang corral here. I was right. It gets to the 28-yard line. So a huge penalty there. EHT sets up 1st and 10. Pro set behind them. Paschal under center. Pitch to Rivera, the touchdown maker. Takes it outside. Gain of about, I'm going to say 1 maybe. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the EHT Eagles. 8:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mainland's defense needs another big play, Dave.
But again, this is what's happening where the defense is spending way too much time on the field. Way too much time, and we are not right now winning the special teams game.
We're not.
We are not winning special teams game.
We're losing the turnover battle. We're losing special teams, and we're getting gashed on big plays. So the pro set, Paschal under center, both running backs behind them. Inside handoff to Parker. Again, he takes it to the outside, beats Barlow to the corner, cuts it up the middle. Barlow gets him from behind, but after a first down, Dave, we're getting beat to the corner. This is different than what we've been accustomed to.
Well, also, we usually get a great backside pressure. Right now it's coming from Dean Hall on the backside, and what the quarterback is doing, handing the ball off and then making a block on the backside. So he's taking out the blitzer on the backside, and he can't even chase it down. So, and there's no misdirection. They are going right.
Yeah, they're running sweep.
They're going sweep.
Student body. Student body right. Atlantic City Dolphins, right? Student body right, student body left.
Right? Way to bring it back.
Yep. So 1st and 10 on the Mustang 17, 7:51 left to go in the third quarter. EHT having its way with the Mustangs here in the third quarter. They're running the pro set. They're 2 stud running backs behind the quarterback. Again, handoff to Luis Rivera. That's Rivera Terrell. Gain of about 3 on the off-tackle run is going to bring up 2nd and about 7.
And if you look here at the bottom of the screen, number 23, Devin Anderson, he's been isolated out here, and he's actually a great athlete, and I don't like the matchup for the Eagles here. But if they single him up here, it's tough. You got a slant route going over, and like an out slant route here, and it's going to stand wide open. He's got a lot. He's giving him a lot of cushion here.
So another handoff to Parker. He cuts it up. Great play by Demorat, Hector Guerrero, and who was the other young Mustang on the tackle there? Demorat was the first one to get there. Hector Guerrero followed up. That brings up a 3rd and 8 for the EHT Eagles. Dave, huge pivotal play here in the game.
Now, this is my Tony Romo impression. Okay, you're going to see a slant on the out route. Outside receiver, inside receiver runs the out, and it's going to leave that slant pretty much wide open right here.
Okay, so Pascal under center, the 2 stud running backs in the pro set behind them. 7, Dave's calling for a slant. Inside handoff to number 26, Rivera. He's a bigger back than Parker. It's going to bring up 4th and about 4.
Well, it didn't work out that time. However, it has many times. Because, I mean, I kind of know the game a little bit, and I could see postures, and I could see kind of tendencies, and that seems like it's going to happen. They're going to – are they going to field goal right now?
They're going to field goal. EHT sent out their kicker, number 17, Johnny Moeller. He's a senior. The ball is placed down at the 14-yard line. It's going to be a 24-yard field goal attempt by Moeller. The snap is coming back. Here we go. Snap is low. It's down. It's up. It's no good. No good. It's short. Mainland escapes another possession. 7-0 EHT. 5:43 left to go in the third quarter. Mainland is just dodging bullets.
Well, we're doing – I kind of like certain teams that have that bend but don't break mentality, but I don't like them getting close enough they can take field goal attempts. And obviously they might not have a real strong kicking game because they dropped one and missed one here, and it was we're getting very lucky right now. So we got to put together something. We need a Coach Tetley speech. We need Coach Smith to get up there and just start freaking out on everybody and change the tempo of this game. Keep the defense off the field.
We've had so few positive plays from Mainland. That missed field goal sponsored by Gold Nugget Hotel and Casino. Graz in the pistol. Fumble snapped. I think EHT got it.
Well, and if
they're
that's
picking
the case,
it off the pile.
Okay.
Mainland got it back. Yeah. It's going to be 2nd and about 16. We are just imploding before our eyes. Mainland is down 7-0, 5:26 to go in the third quarter. Mainland has 2nd and 16. We are having difficulty completing the simple transaction of a shotgun snap to Graz in the pistol.
And, not to make excuses, but the ball is rock solid. It's like a piece of ice right now.
So Graz in the pistol, 2 receivers left, Taco behind him, Masari in motion, inside handoff to Taco. He cuts it back. He gets out to about the 23-yard line or 22-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs. I think they got to go to the air, Dave, because EHT is stacking the box.
Yeah, we have some speedy receivers.
Why not? Let's go to the air. They're stacking the box.
Roll it.
Look, if you count the guys that are within 7 yards of the ball, I think EHT has all of their defense within 7 yards of the ball.
By matchup, though, I don't know if Chuck likes the matchup. Their defensive backs are as athletic as our receivers, though. This is one of those games that they actually do match up very well.
So Graz in the pistol, Lark in motion. Graz looking to pass. They're running the screen out to Taco. Taco loses 2 on the play. There's a flag at the end of the play. I don't know what the flag was for. Flag thrown by the umpire right behind where the ball was placed down. Illegal man downfield. No. Yeah, illegal man downfield, right? With illegal man downfield on the offense.
So Bill, let's talk about real quick. Little bit of a down spot with the season. We're looking at it kind of in the rear view mirror right now. You would say what would we do on offense to change something? What would you say?
I would say right now that I would bring in Dean Hall.
Yeah,
right? Switch it up. I mean, we haven't moved the ball. We're turning it over.
And instead of he's a possession type of run the ball up the middle kind of, right?
Yep. Why not? But at this point, I mean, it's his senior year. It's his last game. The offense has 0 points. Why not change it up? Snap back to Lowry. Lowry gets it off. Great punt. Great punt.
That's the Lowry.
Yep. Ball goes out at 39. Great punt by number 31, Jordan Lowry. He's shaking his head. He's like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, you know what? He's one of those guys that makes the position look fun.
Yes.
You know, where I'm like, I don't know if I want to be a punter, but the way he plays the game, I kind of want to. It's like that the punter from the Raiders, the King.
Yes.
And he makes the position look fun.
Ray guy.
He's got a little swag out there, and he's having some fun. And Jordan Lowry's been fun to watch all season. I got a chance to talk to his dad earlier, and neat thing to see his folks can kind of watch in and chime in from all the way in Louisiana. He's got a cool Southern accent from Memphis.
Awesome.
Played a little long snapper in college, and he remembered one of my teammates from the Chiefs, Kendall Gammon, very well.
So Pascal under center, EHT 1st and 10, pitch to Rivera Terrell. Rivera takes it to the outside, turns it up, no gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10. We are at the 3:32 mark left to go in the third quarter. The clock stops on the run out of bounds. Dave, we have a packed house at the Mainland Mustang Corral tonight, and the Mustangs offense has put up 0.
This is packed here, and a lot of it's at the snack bar behind here playing football. That's how a high school game is. Man, there's as much fun going on in the back of this field as there is, some high school kid getting his first kiss back there with the girl from Northfield meets the kid from Summers Point.
90210. 2nd and 9. Inside handoff to, I believe that was Parker. Short gain of about 3. Brings up 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for the EHT Eagles. Mainland defense, again, needs a huge play here. Another pivotal play in the game since it's only a 1-score game. A big third down, whether it's a turnover or a stop, could change the face of this game.
Maybe if we had OB out here to give us the stats of the first half, he's a little upset, so he just kind of walked upstairs. But, the stats will show that EHT is running this game, but the scoreboard is only 7-0, so we're lucky.
So another handoff. Is that Parker?
There's a flag, procedure flag.
It might have been a chop block. The one guy went
It's
down
a big-time procedure flag. Where the guy in motion, actually, you'll see him step up field and then step back, like he left early. Now, that was the call that I saw. Let's see if they saw exactly what I did. Should be a procedure on the motion man. So if you're a rookie to watching this, like some of our viewers are, no, it was a holding call.
Holding on.
We'll take it either way.
Yep, holding on EHT. I think Mainland would probably take the call.
There's also a procedure call as well, like I said.
So are they going to decline them or are they going to take them?
2 penalties.
Holding on EHT.
That's the one they'll take.
They accepted the holding penalty, so that's a 10-yard penalty. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 20. 3rd and 21, I'm going to say. Clock runs, 2:41 left to go in the third quarter. Mainland leading 7-0. I'm sorry, strike that, EHT leading 7-0. Mainland has yet to put a point on the board. EHT has had 2 very productive running backs, number 26, Luis Rivera Terrell, and number 28, Devin Parker, who both have been very productive for the EHT Eagles.
Whoever just ran on the field was very fast, just leaving the sideline.
That's the receiver on the far right.
Right.
Pascal drops back. He
and
throws
they threw
it right to him. Gain of about 5.
I can tell you right there by the way he entered the field there that he could run, and he was excited to put that play in. He probably ran that play in from the sideline and knew that he was getting the ball. Some of these things you just know from playing ball.
I believe that was number 1, Jack Shivo. So the ball comes to rest at the 45-yard line of the EHT Eagles. They bring out the punt team, leading only 7-0 with 1:40 left to go in the third quarter. Mainland's defense gets another needed stop. So, Dave, if you're the head coach, Chuck Smith, It's almost the fourth quarter. Your offense has 0 points. Do you make the change at quarterback now?
Why not? I mean, we need to push the ball downfield, and Graz is the stronger of the passers. But
Mainland called timeout with Masari back to receive the punt. I think Mainland maybe sees an opportunity here to take advantage of the special teams play, and Chuck actually called timeout on a 4th down punt. So
means they're going to probably try to go to block.
Yeah.
Try to block it, right?
Yep.
Or they may be these guys may at this
set up a
field
return.
position set up a
wedge.
They may think that they run a fake here because Mainland has had 0 production on offense right now, so they really don't care what they do to them. They're not going to move. This is just going to be a field position battle like the Oakcrest game. And we're going to need some big plays from the next man up. It's always been next man up for the team. Even the day Des Barlow showed up with 5 sacks against Ocean City. Somebody's got to step up right now, put the team on their shoulders.
So punter's back in punting position. He's going to kick it away. Masari back to receive it. He catches it at his own 30. He drops the ball. That's the first time all year I think Mainland got it back. Dave, that's the first time all year Masari muffed the punt and he tweaked his ankle. He's limping off the field. Mainland got it back. Dave, this is so uncharacteristic of the Mustangs.
Yep, well-coached squad that is just playing pretty flat. Now, the defense is playing lights out, as always. They're always playing lights out. But what happens here is when you're on the field that much, you just can only take – it's hockey. You can only take so many shots, and then you're going to give up some. Even if you're blocking 99% of them, if somebody takes 200 shots on you, you're giving up 2 goals. And
Amen.
So you have to get them off the field, and this is the same story week after week. Next, in the offseason, what we got to do is work on pushing the ball downfield a little bit better.
So Graz still in. Graz takes it, runs it up the middle. No gain. So Mainland unable to move the ball. 1:02 left to go in the third quarter, down 7-0, brings up 2nd and 10. The EHT Eagles defense looks rejuvenated. Dave, I watched some of their game film from this year, and I'll tell you what, it looks like a different team on the field for the EHT Eagles. Coach Stetzer has them going tonight.
Stetzer's a good coach.
So Mainland, Graz in the pistol, Masari in motion, throws it out to Masari.
No, it's Campbell.
Campbell, gain of about 15. That was one of the best plays of the evening for the Mainland Mustang. That was a bubble screen to Taekwon Campbell. Campbell takes it out to the 45-yard line, picks up a first down for the Mustangs. 32.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
16-yard gain. That's the biggest gain of their whole game.
So Mainland, Graz pitches it to Taco. Taco, we got a flag on the play. Taco picks up another 5, but it's going to come back. You got a call. The referee holding indicates on the Mainland Mustangs. The ball comes back after a 5-yard gain. It's going to bring up, I would assume, 2nd and 20.
While we have a minute here, once the fourth quarter starts, we're going to have a couple shout-outs to some people that have we had some requests to some thank yous from the season and stuff like that. So when we have breaks, I'm going to plug in some of those things as we go. Some people that made this broadcast possible, and some of the people that have made this game possible. Our first one is going to basically from everybody. We would like to recognize a group of young ladies that started supporting the teams during early summer practice and all the way tonight. They've been there in the heat, the cold, the rain, the sideline during the games at every practice. They have traveled to the teams to make sure that the team needs are taken care of. As much part of the success of Mustang players as the coaches, a tip of the cap and to all of the team managers of Mainland football. Great job, ladies. And that was from the Lowry family, who's been a great support. And the games that we have had when we had no more sponsor money, because we didn't have any, we didn't think we had the 4 more games. They stepped up and donated some money to get the broadcast rolling again. And then Golden Nugget and Tom Pullman and the family there at Golden Nugget had donated the rest of the money to get us broadcast taken care of. So, ladies, the management of the team, thank you so much for all that you do at Mainland. And I'm a graduate of the school, and I know how much that is. They get a varsity letter. That's it. there's no getting paid for all the work they do and everything. And they're out there pushing and working as hard as anybody. This band, Mainland's band, is unbelievable. Great. They're so much fun to listen to, and they go to every game, home and away, and they really make the atmosphere what it is. And at the end of the game, it's a neat tradition to see everyone kind of come up to the band and sing that anthem together.
Alma mater.
Yep.
Alma mater.
Alma
So
mater.
Graz fakes the handoff, gives it to Campbell. Campbell runs it up the middle for a gain of about 8, brings up 2nd and 2. Campbell looks like he's been rejuvenated here, Dave, at the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 4th quarter. The last 3 times he's touched the ball has been awesome.
Next shout out goes to Lily Garcia from their family, the family Lily Garcia, one of the cheerleaders, and she is shouted out from her family. Karen McClellan is the one who sent me that message, but Lily's great. They've been great. They actually are Seaboard sponsors, and we appreciate you so much for everything you've done.
That's Seaboard is Mr. Arsenault, who was in New Orleans with my brother Turk and Michelle, who were in the booth with us tonight.
Gotcha.
They were late coming sponsors, and thank you to them for making it possible as well. So we have a timeout on the field. I don't know. Looks like they're moving the chains. I don't know. There's some confusion on the EHT sideline. The refs are trying to straighten out what's going on.
And as we were pointed out by our producer, Matt Ulmer, we are being watched right now by 563 viewers, right?
568.
568 right now.
So to have that many live viewers on at a time is a lot for a high school football game.
Just to give you an example,
the
game of the week,
the
game of the week at Holy Spirit, a playoff game, they only had 285.
258.
Right? 258.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? We do take a little pride in. If nothing else, if we get no money, we're gonna take pride in those numbers right there. And you guys have been great. Thank you for all your support.
2nd and 20 for the Mustangs. 11:26 left to go here in the game in the 4th quarter. Graz in the pistol, empty backfield. Larrick and Graz conferring. Larrick goes back out. Graz empty in the pistol. The band and cheerleaders are going off in front of us, Dave. Massari in motion. Graz throws out. He has Massari open. He catches it. Good catch by Joe Massari. Dave, that might be the best. That might be the best play of the game here.
So let's talk about what that play. Jet sweep, out and up.
And the ball was quacking.
Perfect. It was a great throw. It was a great time. Look, this is a perfect route for Joe Massari.
Yes.
And he sold it well and sold the out route.
And was able to gain possession of the ball and get his feet in
great
bounds.
Great touch by Graz.
So Mainland finally moving the ball here. A couple positive plays. Graz in the pistol. Massari in motion. He fakes the handoff. Quarterback draw. Switches hands. Gets to the outside. Goes down at the 35-yard line. Short gain is going to bring up 2nd and 8. 11 minutes to go in the game. Mainland has the opportunity, Dave, here to drive and tie the game. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. They've had no offense all night, a ton of mental mistakes, a ton of errors, and they have the opportunity here to tie the game.
To be honest with you, that's what a great defense does for you.
Yes.
And a great punt right there by Jordan Lowry.
Yes.
Which puts us right back in position to win.
It flipped the field possession.
I can feel a little bit of that momentum rolling back, Bill. Can you feel it?
Yes,
Can you feel it?
Graz hand off to Taco. Taco's got space. He takes it to the outside. There he goes, Dave. He's going to the outside. He cuts it up the middle. Oh! He gets knocked out of bounds inside the red zone. Taco, Dave, that was like the 5th consecutive offensive play for a positive gain. Taco on about a 22-yard run brings up 1st and goal at the EHT Eagles 7. Dave, we said it. You felt the momentum. Taco, Tyquan Campbell with his biggest run of the night, takes it to the 7-yard line. Mainland in the red zone, in the Golden Nugget red zone, Dave.
Yeah, baby.
Here we go. Graz in the pistol. Massari in motion. Hand off to Campbell again, running the counter. He gains about 2 or 3. He's down inside the 5.
Well, one of the things that I noticed, Bill, is that you've been on your best behavior today.
Yes.
So maybe as you pick up your energy,
enthusiasm,
this team will pick up its enthusiasm. Usually, I'm getting beat up in here in the booth by Bill. I get down on the field, I get beat up by Chuck. But, that's because we got some positive
winning.
We're usually winning.
I need some juice to get going, Dave.
Everybody likes to play from ahead. But you know what? This is going to be a show of character. and I believe here.
9:28 left to go. The clock is running. Graz in the pistol. Empty. Rolls to his right. He has Taco out. He cuts it back. He may go in. Touchdown, Graz! Touchdown, Mainland. 7-6. Dave, the momentum swung. Mainland ties it up, or not yet, pending the extra point. 7-6. Graz runs it up the middle, doing his best Michael Vick impression.
You know who hit him pretty hard right there?
The referee, the ump.
The ump.
Get out of the way, ref.
We had some questions whether who's the umpire and who's the ref. I got a question.
The white hat is the ref. The black hat's the ump.
Yeah, misunderstood by some of our viewers.
The ump is the one that stands right behind him. Oh, snap is high. Kick is up. It is good. Game is tied. Great hold there by number 5, Goody, Kyle Goodman. He's also a senior. He bowed out the center on that bad snap, put it down. Sean Carey put it through the uprights to tie the game. A huge extra point. The game is tied 7-7 with 9:14 left to go. And, Dave, we've said it all night. Mainland hung around. Defense made stop after stop after stop, and the offense finally put one in the end zone.
And it gave the defense a little breather right there. My gosh, they're on the field so much, and they're used to it. They're like marathon runners at this point. But, they kept them in the game, and that's what they do. We always win special teams. It's been a back and forth with that right now. But I feel the momentum is back. Everybody's gathered towards the center of the field right here, and everybody who is left here is very excited about what's going on at this very moment.
So, Dave, that touchdown sponsored by Ducktown Tavern. Where else are you going to go? 2400 Atlantic Avenue, corner of Georgia and Atlantic Avenue in downtown Atlantic City, just down from the Convention Center, Boardwalk Hall. Johnny Exodopoulos. Get in there and get your all-night food and beverages. Dave, do you know that at Ducktown Tavern, that the Mac machine in Ducktown Tavern does more money between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. than any Mac machine in all of Atlantic County? It's a late night hangout. Yeah. It's a place to go.
What are they saying?
Where else you going to go? Where else you going to go? Here we go. Sean Carey kicks it deep. What a boot. What a boot. That's Shivo on the return. No, strike that's number 21. Oh, he ran his own guy into the back. That was number 21, Steven Canella. Ran right into the back of his own guy. Goes down. EHT takes over after the kick return at their own 27-yard line. Dave, you said it. The Mainland offense putting the ball in the end zone has given me energy. I think it's going to give the defense energy. I'm ready to rock and roll. You better watch your ribs.
Yeah. Well, this, and you know what, Bill, it's been great having you here and being part of the Mainland family. I got to tell you, you are adopted by the Mainland family, and I officially adopt you. Okay?
Next year, I want to wear the Mustang. The
horse head.
Horse head.
You can wear the horse head if you want.
Only in the cold weather games, hot weather games.
But everyone loves you. I know you are the voice of Mainland now, and we love you.
Drew DeMorat is banged up, Dave. He came limping across. Paschal in the pistol runs it to his left. Has the ball in his left hand, the outside. Dean Hall.
Great play by
Dean Hall. Dave, what a stud Dean Hall is. The kid played quarterback like 80% of the season. They switch him over to defense the last 2 games, and he's making plays.
Well, mostly Coach will tell you that he's the alpha on the field, no matter what, right? Whether side of the ball he's on, he's going to be the alpha. He was the leader out there no matter what. So whether he's the greatest technical quarterback or not, didn't matter. He was the best. He was the leader.
Brings up 2nd and 13 for the EHT Eagles. Paschal in the pistol. 1 running back to his right. That's Parker, number 28. They got 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Snap is bobbled. He takes it to the outside. He's going to run it. Here comes Drew. Was that Drew DeMorat? No, Sonny Frazier with a great play to save the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. Great play by number 52, Sonny Gator Frazier. It's better to be feared than loved, Sonny Frazier.
That's how we started it. We got corrected halfway through the season. Some of his younger kid coaches called him Gator. Some of the D-Monster was a nickname that given to by one of his coaches, and we got corrected on a few of those. But Bill's come up with some really great nicknames.
So, Dave, that tackle sponsored by Sonny Frazier's dad's company, Frazier Goff and Excavation, brings up 3rd and 4, 7:40 left to go in the game. We have a 7-7 tie. Inside hand up to Parker. He takes it to the outside. Oh, what a great run by Parker. He cut it up the gut there, Dave. Picks up the first down. EHT moves the sticks after the 5 or 6 yard gain by Parker.
It really looked like to me there was a hold on that play on right on Drew DeMorat, because normally that's a play he'll chase down, and you saw his shoulders get jerked back a little bit by someone who grabbed his shirt.
Yes.
These guys are playing a little scrappy, using a little bit too much hands.
Yep.
I think, and they've gotten several holding penalties, and that one they got away with.
7:15 left to go. Clock is moving. EHT has the ball on their own 40. Pascal in the pistol. One receiver right, one receiver left. Inside handoff to number 21. That is Steven Canella. Gain of about 6 on the play. Gain of 6.
There's my nephew right here stepping into the. Bring him up to the booth.
That's gain of 8. Strike that brings up a 2nd and 2. 6:49 left to go. Clock is running. Mainland defense needs to stiffen here, Dave. Bend but not break. They need to get the ball back for Graz. Dave, I have a feeling we might see a Sean Carey field goal to win the game.
Oh, man. I just started biting my nails before you said that.
All right, inside hand up to Parker again. Gain of about 5 brings up another EHT first down. The clock is running.
See, now they're moving. You know what I think? They're moving the ball. They keep running into the field side.
Yes. Short side.
I'm sorry, the short side of the field, and you'll see Dean Hall's chasing the play down constantly.
Yes. Pursuit.
And they're running into that side. I think he should maybe slide across the other side of the field. And
listen, he's played defense 2 games, so he's probably playing on the instinct alone, right? So,
but they kind of give him that freedom of it looks like.
So EHT crosses the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 on the Mainland 49. Pascal in the pistol again. Parker next to him. Inside handoff. Parker straight up the middle. Great defensive play. Was that Sonny again? That was Sonny Frazier again. Like they said, the ball was out. Bradley tweaked the knee on that play too. That was Sonny Frazier on the bottom, I believe. B-Bats in there. Sonny Frazier. Lights out Pullman. A host of Mainland Mustangs on the tackle brings up 2nd and 6. Ball just outside the Mainland 45.
Frazier, Pullman, and Guerrero
Hector
and DeMorat,
Guerrero.
all conference guys.
So 2nd and 6 brought to you by Island Sun Tanning. Inside handoff again to Parker. Parker cuts it back. Great play there by Sonny Frazier. Parker lost his footing on the run. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 on the loss on the play. Mainland needs a big stop here, Dave. 3rd and 7.5. 5:07 left to go in the game. Mainland and EHT tied in this Wednesday night Thanksgiving Eve rendezvous at the Mustang Corral.
I like that rendezvous.
Rendezvous. Wednesday night pre-Thanksgiving, so everybody can stay home tomorrow in the cold weather and enjoy their turkey. So Pascal in the pistol. That's Rivera to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Pascal rolls to his right, throws it, passes incomplete off the receiver's hands. Great coverage there by number 13. We have not mentioned him all night. That's Dennis Moreno. Moreno on the coverage. No flag on the play. Brings up 4th and 7, and out comes the Egg Harbor Township punt team with 4:37 left to go. Dave, it is Joe Massari time. Number 1, Joe Massari, who's a senior, who's ran back 3 kickoffs and punts for touchdowns this year. I think only 1 counted, 2 were called back. But he is explosive, and he is back on the Mainland 20 to receive this punt. And EHT is going to punt it from about their own 45. Mainland is all standing up. They're going to let them get it off. They're setting up the return. Massari fair catches it. He fair catches at the 20. Mainland takes over 1st and 10 on their own 20 with 4:31 left to go in the game. Mainland, yes. So Sean Carey could have the game-winning field goal on his toes, but he would have to kick it into a crosswind that is ripping across the field. Dave, if you look at the flag to the left of the scoreboard, it is ripping. So out comes the Mainland offense, 1st and 10 on their own 20, 4:31 left to go. I would have to say, looking at the flags on the field goal post, Dave, he has the wind with him too. Graz rips it to the outside. Is that Massari? Massari short gain. It's going to be a gain of maybe 2 or 3. They dropped the sticks. I couldn't tell where the ball went out of bounds.
Now, Bill, look to the left side of the field.
Yes.
You see all that? Do you just feel the bootleg coming on?
Yes.
The bootleg coming
Yes.
on. You're running this
Yes.
corner route from this our
Yes.
tight end position
Naked-
here, or
naked
fullback.
boot. Naked boot.
Naked boot, and that's what we should run right now. Mainland's been famous for big plays on
Yep.
naked bootleg, and we're at the perfect side of the field to do it.
So here we go. Inside run by Graz. Pickup of about 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I don't disagree with
3rd and 5.
with
3rd and
bringing
5.
Dean Hall in for a few plays to
Why
run
not?
just like that. I don't disagree with that at all.
Why not?
You take away the pass, but if you just do it a couple times and just throw it in there to switch it up.
So
it's not a bad
4
idea.
minutes left to go. The clock is running. Mainland and EHT tied 4-4, 7-7 in the fourth quarter.
You got single man. You got man coverage
Man
out
coverage
here
on the outside on
You
Campbell.
may see him just take a shot.
Hand off to Campbell. He has room on the outside. He can take it
Campbell's
outside.
got speed.
That's a first down. Any flag on the play. That's a first down by Campbell. The clock stops. He's ripped out of bounds. 3:41 left to go. Dave, he had a lot of room there, Tyquan Campbell. Referee marks as a first down. Mainland moves the sticks. 3:41 left to go in a tie game, 7-7. Nice.
I love it. It's one of my favorite people, one of my favorite families in the world. Dennis Williams just texts in. He's got his big picture of the Mainland football game on the TV.
So Graz in the pistol. Tyquan Campbell behind him. 2 receivers right. Hand off to Campbell inside. He ran it right into the traffic there. Short gain brings up 2nd and 9. 3:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. The clock is running. Dave, it is setting up for Sean Carey territory. The wind is ripping. They need to get about another 40 yards.
I'm just a little upset that Dennis Williams isn't sitting right in front like he usually does and screaming and yelling and complaining about the referees right here.
So there's a timeout on the field. I don't know if one of the teams called timeout. So Mainland, just for the folks watching home, Mainland has 3 timeouts. EHT has 2 timeouts. 3:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs. The Mustangs have the ball in their own 30. They need about 40 yards, maybe 50 yards to get in the Sean Carey field goal range. Plenty of time left in the game. Graz rolls right. He fakes it. He throws it. He has a man open. Oh, he drops it here at the 45. Great defensive play there by number 6, Yasir Trinwell, or Steven Ramos, number 8. So it brings up 3rd and 8. I like the shot downfield. 3:06 left to go. 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. Graz attempted the pass to about the midfield stripe. Pass falls incomplete. Clock stops on the incompletion. And Mainland needs a huge play here, Dave. They're deep in their own territory on the 31-yard line.
Tell you what, there's times when that wind is blowing across here. Like it looks like that flag is a painting. It's so flat.
Yes. Pass to the outside of Masari. Gets hit immediately after the catch. No gain. Brings up 4th and about 7.5 or 8.
Okay, so we've done the
They got
passes
a punt.
to stretch.
They got a punt.
We need to start pushing those right down those seams is where we need that ball to go. This is a play where I like Drew DeMorat to be playing a tight end and just pop him a ball, like the old pop pass right there, because they're covering the corner. They're worried about Tyquan Campbell. They're worried about Joe Masari. Time to run one right up the seams and just pop it to him.
So Jordan Lowry back in punt position. I think that's flag on EHT. Offsides on EHT. It's not enough for a first down, so it's going to be 4th and 2. That's Parker back to receive. He is an explosive runner for the EHT Eagles. He's lined up on the EHT 35-yard line. 2:22 left to go. The clock is running. Jordan Lowry back to punt. 4th and 2. He catches it. He gets it off. A great punt, a spiral down the sideline. Parker catches it, almost muffs it. EHT takes the ball over after the punt at their own 33-yard line. 2:08 left to go. Mainland and EHT tied on this Thanksgiving Eve.
Wow, I love that it's a battle. Let's have some
battle
fun with it,
at the Mainland Mustang Corral in downtown Linwood.
Let's add some drama.
We're staring at the Wells Fargo Advisors, also one of our sponsors who helped us towards the end of the season with our broadcast. Dave, that punt by Jordan Lowry, sponsored by Edmonds & Associates on Tilton Road in Northfield for all your small business and governmental printing needs. Poskell pitches out to Rivera. Rivera cuts it up. He has room. Great tackle there. Goody and Drew DeMorat, D-Monster on the tackle, brings up second and about 9. 1:56 left to go. The clock is running. So Mainland has 3 timeouts. EHT has 2 timeouts. And EHT takes Mainland takes a timeout. Each team with 2 remaining timeouts. EHT has the ball on their own 35-yard line, 2nd and 8 with 1:54 left to go.
Wasn't our second timeout?
Each team has used 1 timeout.
Okay, so.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't. So the timeouts are going to be a very critical portion. This could be the last team to get the ball. The thing that we like about Mainland is that we have a kicker that can put them in from 45 yards out.
Yes.
And accurately. So we have the advantage right there. And Dave, I'd say a little bit of the momentum.
Dave, who are our visitors in the booth from Bright Stars Gymnastics?
So I'm so glad you asked, Bill, because we have Natalia Kessick right here and Adriana Kessick and Gabby Kessick, my nieces right here, and Nico Kessick. He was up here a minute ago, but these are future Mainlanders right here. Future Mainlanders right here.
Nice to have you guys in the booth.
Yeah.
It's a lot warmer in here than it is outside, right?
Yeah, they didn't want to see Uncle Dave. They just want to be warm.
So a handoff to Parker, tackle by DeMorat. Or no, that's Frazier. Gator Frazier. That tackled sponsored by Frazier Goff and Excavation for all your Goff and Excavation needs. Driveways, strip malls, backyards for turf fields. They can do it all.
He's talking about his own yard.
So 1:33 to go. EHT takes it. Pascal takes it, drops back. They run the screen pass out to Rivera. Great play by the Mainland Mustangs.
D-Monster
brings
up
4th and 4. That was Charlie's shot of the game.
Yeah, he was.
D-Monster just whacked him.
The fact that he got that excited,
gets
fired up. Excited. Yeah.
So that brings up 4th and about 4. EHT's probably going to have to punt the ball away with 1:23 left to go in this tie battle. 7-7. Mainland Mustangs and EHT Eagles tied on the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. Rendezvous at the Mainland Mustang Corral in downtown Linwood.
Another special thanks to Matt Ulmer for putting this broadcast together, which has been fantastic. And if you look at the graphics, have been awesome, and the sponsors and the camera work,
yes.
And all his production is fantastic. He puts in a ton of work, and he does all the games all over the place, all the way from Wildwood on their basketball programs. All over the place.
Joe Massari back to receive the punt. Here we go, Dave. We might see some fireworks here. EHT snap back to the punter. Punter gets it off. Massari has. Nope, it's going to bounce, and it takes a huge EHT bounce. He picks it up on the run. He's at his own goal line. He has space. He's taken to the outside. He's bringing it to our near sideline. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 1:06 left to go. Mainland has 92 yards to go for a touchdown. They probably need to get to the 25, which would make it a 42-yard field goal. So they need to go 80 yards, Dave.
Well, we're going to have the ball last, I think. And then I just said, last team with the ball probably going to win this game right now.
So Mainland's taken over 1st and 10 after the Massari punt return at their own 9-yard line. 1:06 left to go in the game. The wind is still ripping. It is cold outside. It's cold and windy on this Thanksgiving Eve. Graz in the pistol. Taco behind them. They hand the ball off to Taco. He cuts it up the middle. Gain of about 6. Comes out to the 15. Brings up 2nd and 4. The clock is running with 57 seconds. Someone called timeout. Timeout EHT with 56.8 seconds left. Each team has one timeout remaining.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Tyquan Campbell ever needed to step up and use that
It's now.
athleticism, it is right now.
So, Dave,
put the bat team on his shoulders. We're not passing the ball well. We're not running. Somebody just needs to step up right now. It's happened. Somebody has stepped up every single game. So we're going to just hope somebody just does that same exact thing. Say, I'm going to take this all on my shoulders and put the ball in the end zone for us right now.
So this timeout sponsored by one of our keynote sponsors, Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino. Dave, I don't know what the line was on tonight's game, but the Golden Nugget had it off the board because they do not allow gambling on high school football. So
well, if they did, let's just pretend.
Yeah, I'd be throwing locks on the Mainland Mustangs. So here we go. 2nd and 5, 56.8 seconds left. Mainland with the ball, each team with one timeout. Mainland is going with the wind, crossing from our right to our left. Graz in the pistol, inside hand to Masario on the jet sweep. He takes it out of bounds. Clock should stop.
Looks like we got a first down on that.
See, Dave, this is where my frustration is with some of the referees. No one signaled there until just now whether the clock was stopped, whether the clock should have run, and a first down is attained by the Mustangs. 45.3 seconds left to go. Mainland has about 65 yards before they're in Sean Carey field goal range. Brings up 1st and 10 from the Mainland 20. Timeout Mustangs. They exhaust their timeouts on that call there. So Mainland 0 timeouts. EHT 1 timeout with just 45 seconds left to go in this battle on Thanksgiving Eve.
Well, we have – oh, there's Sean Carey getting himself warmed up. He knows he's going to be called on right now. Now, Sean Carey's made some national news this year.
Crunch time.
Some national news. He actually was on – this year on Matt Ulmer's broadcast. We didn't get the we were at that game, but we didn't actually get it. You could hear Tom Williams' voice. But they got that in that play where Sean kicked the 41-yard field goal, and it was on NFL Network. It was on Bleacher Report, all over the place.
Awesome.
Sean just had a great spot on CBS this week.
They interviewed him in the locker room here.
In the locker room up here, yeah. And he was in the studio.
So 1st and 10 from the 20, 45 seconds left to go. Graz in the pistol. Masari in motion. Handoff to Campbell up the middle. He's got space. He's got space. He cuts it back. Takes it out to the 35-yard line. 37.3 seconds left. The clock stops on the first down with the moving of the chains. Mainland lining up on the ball. They're running the hurry up. They're doing a better job than the Eagles did in the 2004 Super Bowl, that's for sure. Here we go. Mainland up on the ball. Graz, I think they're going to clock it. He clocks it to call play, so it's going to be 2nd and 10, 31.9 seconds left. The ball is on the Mainland 35. Dave, they need to get to probably the 30, I would say. Outside would make it a 47-yard field goal. A 20 to the 25-yard line would make it a 42-yard field goal. So they're at the 35. To get to the 25, they would need to get 10, 20, 30, about 45, 50 yards to get within his range. So they need 2 big plays. There's 31.9 seconds left. The wind is ripping across from our right to our left in the direction which the Mustangs are moving. Graz in the pistol. Campbell to his left. 2 receivers right. Masari in motion. Inside jet sweep again to Masari. He has room on the outside. He's stopped, and the clock is going to run, and that is not good. Only gets out to the 38-yard line. The clock is running. 20 seconds left in the game.
Well, Tyquan Campbell just picked up a great block there, an unselfish block to spring Masari for that little bit of a gain that he got.
I can't believe EHC is not calling their timeout here. They're going to go into the locker room at halftime or at overtime with the timeout. I don't think it carries over. So that's going to be the
end of regulation.
End of regulation. It's going to be 7-7. Do they do a – no, they go is it a coin toss to choose who goes first from the 25? We'll see. We'll see what the refs say here.
Well, again, this may come down to our kicker, and if we're taking the ball from the 25, I really like our chances.
Yes.
I like our chances here. And then my nieces are leaving the field here. Funny thing about the kicking, their dad was a kicker for the Atlanta Falcons in 2006, Miro Kessick. He was who broke all my scoring records at Northeastern and then stole my sister away. And she then they have 4 kids now, and they're all going to be little kickers.
Did you ever fight him? Taking your
He'd
sister
probably
away?
win that too.
So untimed downs for the overtime. Each team gets the ball from the 25. I will see. It looks like they're talking to the coaches now to see who's going to get the ball first. Dave, this overtime period is sponsored by Integrity Physical Therapy and Wellness with their specialty restrictive blood flow therapy. Dave, give the people some indication on restrictive easy for me to say. Restrictive blood flow therapy.
So there's the theory, which what they do is they take about 80% of your blood flow away from your limb and then let you work the limb with less blood flow in there. So now you have to create more capillaries and create more capillary space, and more oxygen has to be pulled in instead of blood. So the blood's being in there is used more, breaks down more tissue. But anyway, if you listen to Ryan Bucaferne speak about it, he's an amazing practitioner of it too, and one of the guys who's really perfecting it, because mostly athletes want to use it, but anybody can. Medicare patients can use it. All kind of patients can use it. But it really is great for athletes who can work out with less of a load and get more work in.
So, Dave, there was an article in the Atlantic City Press a few weeks back about dry needling with physical therapists, and my day job, my full-time job, is a DRP with Forthright for the Department of Banking and Insurance for the state of New Jersey, and they have taken dry needling off the fee schedule and prohibit physical therapists from doing it. They've been doing it for years, and there's actually a pending lawsuit to allow physical therapists to do the dry needling. And the article interviewed Dr. Ryan Bucaferne. I don't want to mispronounce his last name. So anyway, we are here at the Mainland Mustang Corral on Thanksgiving Eve in a battle 7-7 for the Independence Division crown of the West Jersey Football League. Mainland, if they win the game outright, gets the Independence Division title by themselves. If they lose, there's a chance they share the title of the Independence Division of West Jersey Football League based on the standings and what's transpired so far in the West Jersey Football League Independence Division. So we will see if the Mustangs are able to take the division by themselves and hang the banner here at the Mainland Mustang Corral. So it looks like the defense for Mainland is going on the field first, as I see D-Monster and Sonny Frazier heading out.
All right, I like our chances right here playing from the 25.
I like the D first, too.
I like this. Our defense is phenomenal, has a little bit of rest right now. We have bend but not break mentality this game, and this is a part of the field that we protect very well, and we can kick from right off the first down.
Yes.
So we're kicking no matter what. I don't think I have the confidence in their kicking game to do just that. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, by the way.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. I just got a reminder from Tommy Zanaris Court Reporting. We are going to be broadcasting Mainland basketball, boys and girls games here at the Mustang Corral in downtown Linwood, and it is going to be awesome. We are going to be live streaming on YouTube to watch all the Mainland baskets. So Pascal under center, handoff to Parker. Parker takes it up, gain of about 5. Tackle there by Drew DeMorat. Fired up, looking for a flag. I think he got face masked. So
yeah.
EHT picks up 5 or 6 yards on the first down. The ball is marked inside the Mainland 20 at the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 4. A gain of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Dave, overtime is untimed, so the clock is not a factor. It looks like each team strike that. The scoreboard has EHT with 1 timeout, Mainland with 0. So Pascal under center, man in motion, handoff to Rivera. Rivera gains about 5, takes it inside the Mainland 15 to the 14. That's a first down for EHT. The sticks move. EHT can get another first down before the goal line. So it's 1st and 10 at the Mainland 14 and a half, just inside the 15. Mainland's defense needs a stop, Dave. Dave, I would love to see a turnover here, huh? How fired up? You better watch your ribs if Mainland turns them over.
Can we return that?
Yes.
Can we return that?
Yes. Yes. It's live action.
You know what? I'm not being a broadcaster right now. I'm kind of being a fan and just watching this. This is pretty interesting, and I'm
so
biting my nails here.
Here we go. Quarterback under center, inside handoff to Parker. That was a horse collar, but they didn't call it. That was number 70, I believe, Mike Brown on the tackle. Yup, Mike Brown. He's also a senior. He got the tackle. That's a loss of about 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
So that's a little scary. My NFL career was ended on horse collar. So I know that those things are they're looking and heavily penalizing them. So he is lucky to get away with that.
I'm not used to these untimed downs. I keep finding myself looking at the scoreboard for the clock to tell the people the time, and there's no time. Pascal under center, backs in the pro set, pitch to Rivera. Rivera takes it to the outside, stutter steps, bring it back inside, tackled by a host of Mustangs. Fired up.
Look at Goody
fired up.
Yeah.
Number 5, Kyle Goodman on the tackle. He is also a senior. Goody fired up, brings up 3rd and 15. A huge play by the Mustang. A huge play by the Mustang defense.
Goody, who was our MVP, I think, of the Absegami game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That was the one that we had trouble getting on the air.
Right.
So here we go.
No problems with Matt Ulmer's equipment here.
7-7 in overtime on Thanksgiving Eve. The rendezvous at the Mainland Mustang Corral. The Mustang defense is fired up. Huge play here. Pascal fakes the handoff, ball fake, throws it up, passes. Incomplete. Tyquan Campbell. What a defensive
what
play.
A great play by Campbell. Now, maybe he didn't do it, putting his team on his back on the run, but on that play right there, he left his feet, took his chance, and knocked the ball right out at last minute. That was a beautiful and unbelievable athletic play. Now, if you're a college scout looking at a defensive back, Tyquan Campbell, your man.
Huge play there.
Division I talent right now, and he just showed it off right there.
Huge play there. Brings up 4th and 14 for the EHT Eagles, tied 7-7 here in overtime against the Mainland Mustangs. So, Dave, this 4th down sponsored by Walt's Original Primo Pizza. Walt is screaming for a stop down on Shore Road in Summers Point. Pascal in the pistol. They got 2 receivers left. Parker in the backfield to the right of Pascal. 2 receivers right. Snap is high. He catches it. He throws it up. Passes. Incomplete. Mainland
flag
takes over.
down, too. Holding.
What's the flag for? I think it was a hold on Pullman against them. Pass incomplete. Penalties declined. Mainland takes over with their opportunity to win the game and win sole possession of the Independence Division title in the West Jersey Football League.
Well, for those who stuck around to watch this game, it's
they're getting their money.
Cool.
They're getting their money's worth.
You're getting your money's worth, and I think Mike Gatley said if you wore Mainland stuff in here, you were free today.
Nice.
You didn't not charge you at the door if you were wearing Mainland. So let's see if we can pull this one together.
So, Dave, that turnover on downs, Mainland stopped them on 4th down. Brought to you by Walt's Original Primo Pizza, Shore Road, Summers Point. Graziato in the pistol. Taco behind him. Counter to Taco. Takes it to the outside. He has space. Dave, he may take it in. He may take it in. He cuts it back. He's down to the 1. Is he in? Is he in?
They're saying it's short. It's
short.
At the 1 yard line.
The referee put both hands in the air but marked the ball at the 1. Oh, Dave, what was the ref doing there?
And
Campbell on a 24-yard scamper down the right sideline. Dave, did they punch it in here to win the game?
I give it back to Campbell and let him try.
Graz, straight up the middle. I think he stopped. He stopped short. It brings up 2nd and goal from like the 2. Dave Mainland trying to win the game, beat EHT and win the Independence Division of West Jersey Football League all in one shot. Chuck Smith standing on the 20 with his hands on his hips. He is ready to go. Dave, I think the Corral Crazies are going to pour onto the field if Mainland wins the game. Look how fired up the Mainland players are. The whole sideline is within 10 yards of each other.
What do you think, Bill? Should we center the ball and just kick it, or should we try to punch this one in?
They're going to punch it in. They're going to run a pitch to Taekwon Campbell. Inside handoff to Campbell. He stopped short again.
Touchdown, we win.
Touchdown. Awesome. Mainland Mustangs pull it off with a 13-7 win over the EHT Eagles to win the sole possession of the Independence Division Championship for the West Jersey Football League. The EHT Eagles looked demoralized on the field. They had dominated the game the first 3 quarters. Mainland came alive in the second half of the fourth quarter, tied the game 7-7 and won it in overtime. And the Mustangs are fired up, Dave. They pour onto the field, cheerleaders and all. Awesome sight to see the Mustangs, after a 1-9 campaign 2 years in a row, go to 8-3 and win their division in the West Jersey Football League.
All right, well, I'm going to take that wireless mic and try to get Chuck Smith right now.
Go get him.
Have a different reaction than the halftime.
Go get him. So I have to say, an incredible swing of events for the Mainland Mustangs. They were down 7-0 most of the game and come back and win in overtime 13-7. An incredible turn of events for the Mustangs to win the Independence Division Championship of the West Jersey Football League. In addition to winning the Independence Division, they win their pre-Thanksgiving battle with the EHT Eagles to make them 8-3.
Got the signal from Matt Ulmer that we're good. We're on the field with the wireless mic that works from 10,000 feet away. Standing out here with the rest of the media and trying to get a few words from Chuck. I think it'll be a different result than we had at halftime, where I couldn't even get him because he was so upset. And now I'm sure we'll have a much happier Chuck Smith at the end of a magical season. Love you too, man. Love you. I'm so.
Tell everybody else say hi. Tell your mom and everybody say hi.
I will.
I'll be seeing
All right.
you.
I better. One of the great coaches from Mainland right here, and John Stone's dad, and was a great coach here. I'm going to get a word with him after the game too. Connie Brown, one of the great coaches at Mainland history, just gave me a big hug over there. I'm going to get Chuck. We're going to get Chuck in a good mood over here. I hope we don't cry, because I did the last time I embraced Chuck after a big win. At this point in the field, it was a big game. Oh, I was afraid I was going to start crying right away, because we had a moment out here years ago. Like, Coach, I'm proud of you.
Kids, man, they're resilient tonight. It was ugly. Ugly is an understatement. Defense kept us in it. We dodged a hell of a lot of bullets down there early in the game. And kids just, I can't say enough about that group of kids, man. Just stuck with it. Love those guys, man. Great season.
Coach, you did awesome. Any word just of the character of your players and just the guys that it's the next man up, and you've never had an MVP that have repeated.
Nah.
It's your team.
It's always somebody else. We're not a team that's so deep and superstars. It's somebody that just does the job, whoever it is. Graz, Taekwon, Joe Mazzari, Drew DeMorat, Sonny Frazier, Hector Guerrero, Mike Brown, whoever it is, Sean Carey, Kyle Goodman, Bats. I mean, it's a different guy every week. That's what makes it such a great team.
And you had about 5,000-6,000 people show up for this thing. People were screaming and crazy, crying and everything like that. It was a great atmosphere, even up in the booth. People coming up to hug us and thank us for such a great season. I
appreciate it very much. All
Love
you
you,
guys.
Coach. And that's Coach Smith, the emotional Coach Smith. And with OB over here, they're two of the guys that really made this season magical. I mean, we had 2 seasons at 1-9, 2 terrible seasons at 1-9, where we're trying to get together a culture, put that type of team back together and believe in something again. It's hard to do that if you're building from nothing. And now to have a great season where we end 8-3 and we have something to really build on. It's been fantastic. And I'll be back up to Bill Reynolds up in the booth to finish up. But what a great atmosphere. I kind of don't even want to leave right now. It felt so good. But I'll be right up in the booth. So long.